Some days. She loves bedtime story, the cutest thing ever. Yeah, she loves. She's sleepy, laying next to mommy. Cause like, y'all see me like right here, but she's actually like that direction of me. Like, this is the computer, right, with the keyboard. And like, this is me. Okay, not that angle, but that's her right here. He sat down straight, tallied the points, and said, "The game goes to me." I thought Mr. D was going to vaporize Karen right out of his wheelchair, but he just sat through his nose, as if he were used to being beaten by the Latin teacher. He got up, and Grover rose too. "I'm tired," Mr. D said. "I believe I'll take a nap before the sing-along tonight. But first, Grover, we need to talk again about your less-than-perfect performance on this assignment." Grover's face beaded with sweat. "Yes, sir." Mr. D turned to me. "Cabin 11, Percy Jackson, and mind your manners." He swept into the farmhouse, Grover following miserably. "Will Grover be okay?" I asked Karen. Karen nodded, though he looked a bit troubled. "Well, Dionysus isn't really mad. He just hates his job. He's been, grounded, I guess you would say, but he can't stand waiting another century before he's allowed to go back to Olympus." "Mount Olympus," I said. "You're telling me there really is a palace there?" "Well now, there's Mount Olympus in Greece, and then there's the home of the gods, the convergence points of their powers, which did indeed used to be on Mount Olympus. It's still called Mount Olympus out of respect to the old ways, but the palace moves, Percy, just as the gods do." "You mean the Greek gods are here, like in America?" "Well, certainly. The gods move with the heart of the West." "The what?" "Come now, Percy, what you call Western civilization. Do you think it's just an abstract concept? No, it's a living force, a collective consciousness that has burned bright for thousands of years. The gods are part of it. You might even say they are a source of it, or at least they are tied so tightly to it that they couldn't possibly fade. Not unless all of Western civilization were obliterated. The fire started in Greece. Then, as well you know, or as I hope you know, since you passed my course, the heart of the fire moved to Rome, and so did the gods. Of different names, perhaps, Jupiter for Zeus, Venus for Aphrodite, and so on, but the same forces, the same gods. And then they died." "Died? No. Did the West die? The gods simply moved to Germany, to France, to Spain, for a while. Wherever the flame was brightest, the gods were there. They spent several centuries in England. All you need to do is look at the architecture. People do not forget the gods. Every place they've ruled for the last 3,000 years, you can see them in paintings, in statues, on the most important buildings. And yes, Percy, of course they are now in your United States. Look at your symbol, the eagle of Zeus. Look at the statue of Prometheus in Rockefeller Center, the Greek facades of your government buildings in Washington. I defy you to find any American city where the Olympians are not prominently displayed in multiple places. Like it or not, and believe me, plenty of people weren't very fond of Rome either. America is now the heart of the flame. It is the great power of the West, and so Olympus is here, and here we are. It was all too much, especially the fact that I seemed to be included in Kyron's we, as if I were part of some club. Who are you, Kyron? Who am I?" Kyron smiled. He shifted his weight as if he were going to get up out of his wheelchair, but I knew that was impossible. He was paralyzed from the waist down. "Who are you?" he mused. "Well, that's the question we all want answered, isn't it? But for now, we should get you a bunk in cabin 11. There will be new friends to meet, and plenty of time for lessons tomorrow. Besides, there will be s'mores at the campfire tonight, and I simply adore chocolate." And then he did rise from his wheelchair, but there was something odd about the way he did it. His blanket fell away from his legs, but the legs didn't move. His waist kept getting longer, rising above his belt. At first, I thought he was wearing very long, white velvet underwear, but as he kept rising out of his chair, taller than any man, I realized that the velvet underwear wasn't underwear. It was the front of an animal. Muscle and sinew under coarse white fur. And the wheelchair wasn't a chair. It was some kind of container. An enormous box on wheels. It must have been magic because there's no way it could have held all of him. A leg came out long and knobby-kneed, with a huge polished hoof, then another front leg, then hindquarters, and then the box was empty, nothing but a metal shell with a couple of fake human legs attached. I stared at the horse who had just sprung from the wheelchair, a huge white stallion. But where its neck should be was the upper body of my Latin teacher, smoothly grafted to the horse's trunk. "What a relief," Centaur said. "I'd been cooped up in there so long, my fetlocks had fallen asleep. Now, come Percy Jackson, let's meet the other campers." Wow. Last chapter, maybe? Chapter 6. Because I read 3 yesterday, and then this is 6, so... I become Supreme Lord of the Bathroom. Chapter 6. Once I got over the fact that my Latin teacher was a horse, we had a nice tour, though I was careful not to walk behind him. I'd done Super Pooper Scooper Patrol in the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade a few times, and I'm sorry, I do not trust Kyron's back end the way I trusted his front. We passed the volleyball pit. Several of the campers nudged each other. One pointed in the Minotaur horn I was carrying. Another said, "That's him." Most of the campers were older than me. Their satyr friends were bigger than Grover, all of them trotting around in orange Camp Half-Blood t-shirts with nothing else to cover their bare, shaggy hindquarters.